Trap. Yeah. I don't. It want. Why does it want to?
All you got is apples and orange. Lime.
Oh, that's why. You probably gotta put that on there too. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me good? Yo, 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 yo. Any echoes? Yeah. All right, y'all. What's good, y'all? When I say P, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean see ya. You dig what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Follow the fun shui. You dig it? Bienvenue Nien Podcast Z, man. And today I want to talk about what y'all people in relationships, right? Self love and relationships. A lot of people get caught up with like themselves in relationships, and people just don't be thinking about how like needs and other people's needs. Most relationships usually don't work out based off of a need that was not getting met in a relationship. People have so many unmet needs where they won't even acknowledge them. Sometimes people will sacrifice their own happiness just to try to meet another person's needs. And I want to talk about guys in this specific case. Why is it, and this could be based off personal experiences, but based off my experiences with women when I was younger, I've always noticed a lot of women tried to show up in my life and basically tried to tell me what I didn't need and what I didn't want need. Like basically, take gender out of this too. You need something, or you want a sandwich, right? Or you hungry. Let's say you need something to eat. You want a sandwich. You need something to eat. You're hungry. That's what you tell yourself, right? You tell yourself that, and you go get that need met. Other people, I've noticed based off my experiences with dealing with other people, people don't want to meet your needs. You tell yourself that you're hungry, and you need something to eat because you're hungry. You feel it. Your body feels hungry, and it's somebody next to you that's telling you you don't need that. My thing is, how can you sit here and tell somebody what you don't need? How can you tell somebody else what they don't need? How? It doesn't make any sense, any logical explanation. You can't just show up in somebody's life and try to like tell them not to do this, not to do this, not to do this. Like even from my experience, being a guy, thinking that just showing up in a female life to play some type of hero or white knight is the way, and that's not the way neither. Because now that I'm, like I can look at a woman and be like, oh, what you need is not what you need. She could tell me that's what she need, and I could tell her, oh, that ain't what you need. Like real, narcissistic behavior. There's people out here who would try to come in your life and try to tell you what you don't need. But when you tell yourself you need it, you don't tell yourself what you don't need. When you talk to yourself, you don't tell yourself what you don't need. You just do it. You just go meet that need. You just go do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't try to put restrictions on it. You don't try to put limitations on it. You don't try to put nothing on it. So why is it other people, and based off experiences too as well, that people think it's okay to try to tell somebody what they don't need? If you want to be with a person, male or female, you want to be with somebody, you don't tell them what they don't need. That's the quickest way to find out that you're gonna either get left behind, shit, you might get breaking up with, you might get cheated on, and if you in like people trying to tell other people what they don't need, it's just not the way. It's not the way. Like everybody's journey in life is different, so like whatever a person may need in that moment is gonna be entirely different from a person who don't need that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to mainly get on here and talk about, just self-love and relationships, because people don't be happy in their relationships because they don't get what they need. People don't be happy in their relationships because they'll sacrifice their own personal needs. Sacrificing your own personal needs to try to please somebody else, that ain't gonna work. You setting yourself up for failure. The best thing you could do is to build a foundation with somebody. And whatever that may look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever y'all want that relationship to look like and be like. Friends, family, anybody. I wouldn't. From my experiences, and I'm young, I'm still in my 20s, but from my experiences, I've experienced a lot of females who tried to show up in my life and try to tell me what to do. They thought they knew what was best for me. Apparently, they thought they knew what I needed. You know what I mean? And it's an epidemic going on, because especially colored women. Like, I want to speak really for the colored women. Like, I'm trying to figure out like why most of y'all got so high expectations, so high standards. Some of y'all guys, y'all like this close to being gay, because you making it hard for a woman to love on you. Why is a man making it hard for a woman to love on him, and why is a woman making it hard for a man to love on her? Like we don't have to make it hard for each other to love on each other. We don't. Some people just don't know how to let go of their controlling issues, Some people just got controlling issues. And if you're one of those people, you need to stop. You need to stop, because it ain't going to help. It ain't going to help you. I'll be honest with you. It ain't. What you really expecting? Being a perfectionistic person, that shit really come from perfectionistic tendencies. Now I ain't gonna say I am one now, but being one before previously, perfectionistic, things gotta always go a certain way, look a certain way. There's some people out here who cannot let go of control. They're holding on to their house. They're holding on to their place to stay. They're holding on to their kids. Some people are holding on to their kids as an identity. They're holding on to nothing. Anything you think you can hold on to or grab onto in this life will quickly tell you how quick you can lose it. You might see where I'm at now. You might see the microphone. You might see, I'm in somewhere and I'm not hot. I'm not, I got filter AC. I'm somewhere here, but I'm not attached to this, because none of this shit don't make me. When I got here and I wasn't even expecting to get here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was not expecting to be where I'm at now. I knew that I knew that putting in certain choices and actions was gonna get me a result. But like, I never had the hopes of, I'm gonna get a place to stay and I'm gonna do it no matter what. Like, I always had an expectation. I just changed my expectation for myself to, instead of putting myself on some type of external reward or external pedestal that I would then later be able to celebrate myself for. Oh, I'll be able to celebrate once I get to this goal. I'll be able to celebrate once I get to. No, you gotta celebrate small wins. It don't have to be the end product or the end goal. You just gotta be 1% better every day. 1% better every day. That's all you gotta do. That's all you really got to do. I haven't been going live like that as much for y'all. Um, Probably have to do more videos than normal, just in case. Because sometimes, usually when I go live, the lives don't be working like that. But to not get off topic, you know, today you should try to figure out what you can do to better communicate your communication skills. A lot of people don't know how to communicate. A lot of people are feeling like they're not happy in a relationship, or they're not happy with a certain situation because they're not communicating. Your lack of communication can be the reason why you feel the way you feel. Your lack of certainty can be the reason why you feel the way you feel. People have to sit with themselves and acknowledge themselves for where they at. Don't get with somebody and expect somebody else to try to do it for you, because it's gonna come with all kind of backhand intentions. Anybody that shows up in your life and they say, I got a plan for you. Like, anybody that shows up in your life and they tell you, I got a plan for you, I got a whole script, I wouldn't trust them. They are not in your best interest. 222. They are not in your best interest. Anybody that tells me, don't worry about me, or you can trust me, I wouldn't trust them. Anybody that say they got a plan and they got a whole script for you, I wouldn't trust them. What you mean you got a plan for me? What you mean you know what I need? You got to pay attention to red flags in people, man. And a lot of people's mindset is fucked up, including men too. Because there's guys out here who think being a superhero and a white knight is going to get them far in life. Letting go the idea of control is going to be a lot of people's downfall, because some people can't do it. Some people cannot do it. I still see it too. I was outside yesterday and I was on the bus, and like I just seen how like this female was with this dude and just was controlling, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people got controlling tendencies. And I wouldn't say controlling tendencies has anything to do with a sex. Anybody can be controlling. Anybody can be possessive, obsessive. Too much of anything could be a bad thing. You got to decenter yourself is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to decenter yourself from a lot of things that you don't really need to be in. You're going to have to do some inner work. You're going to have to do some study and some introspection. And sometimes you got to get out of other people's way. If you not the person fit for the person, get out of the way so somebody else can do it. There's females out here who thirsty. It's females out there's always guys out here who are not dehydrated and they get female attention. They're not thirsty at all. They know they get attention. Them the type of guys you probably don't need to be worried about that much. You need to go deal with a guy who don't get attention like that. He might be easier to deal with too. And for the guys, there's females out here who are not thirsty. There's females out here who are dehydrated right now. You don't gotta be with the one who the female who get all the attention from the guys, or she used to getting attention, bro. You don't gotta be with her, bro. She'll be all right. She'll get attention from other guys. She'll be all right. You ain't gotta be with her, especially if she ain't going to the program. If you with the dude and he can't he trying to beat on you and he yelling at you and he always screaming at you and he picking fights with you and shit, you don't gotta be with him. People do what they want to do and people be with who they want to be with. Why would you go be with a person that is giving you a hard time or they let's say they're not giving you a hard, it's just not working. It's just too much resistance. You got to know when it's time to give up. Sometimes you just have too much resistance, and it may not be you, but sometimes walking away from a person is the best thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can really do. It's all you can do. It's the only option left. You don't got to get with somebody who not thirsty. Like you could get with somebody who need it. Go get with that girl who don't get attention like that. Go get with that girl who nobody really talks to like that. Go get with that girl who not easily influenced and she ain't out here popping. You know what? Because every other female doing it, and most females are easily influenced because they see other females doing it. Unless she was raised by her daddy and she know how to listen to it, man, the best thing you gonna have to do, buddy, is if she is used to attention and she used to popping her thing and she used to dealing with a bunch of guys, then you are nobody special. You're not anybody special, bro. Sometimes you gotta, hurt your feelings. To be honest, like, you're not as special as you think. You're not all that as you think. Same thing with the females. Like, this guy is not all that you think. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that just because you met a dude and he temporarily played his role, that he's the special type of guy. No, this guy is not special. What have you ever asked yourself what makes a guy special to you? Dudes, have you ever asked yourself what makes a female special to you? People be making other people important, and they don't be doing absolutely nothing but the bare minimum. They do the basics. That's what you're supposed to do. Anybody that's going to go the extra mile for you is what you need to be keeping around you, because it's hard to find those people like that. It's hard to find somebody that's going to go through the ugliness with you, still be here, and basically don't expect nothing out of it. Those are the type of people you need to be with. Those are the people that's not controlling. The people that's not controlling is the ones that is willing to go through the ugliness with you, and they don't expect you to come out a certain way. They know they're going through the ugliness with you, and they're still here with you, and they're still encouraging you to finish whatever it is you're going through. There's people out here who will leave somebody because they're going through the ugly. Good. Leave. I don't want you to stay anyway. You can't handle it. I don't want to be around nobody who cannot handle the ugly, because you ain't built for it. You're emotionally weak. Emotionally weak. Something I would suggest y'all to search up to is emotional permanence. A lot of people are emotionally weak. Weak. Can't handle it. It ain't even nothing physically you doing to a person. They just can't handle the simple. They can't handle the concept of the pain being. People can't handle the concept of pain being inflicted onto them emotionally. We got a lot of people who are emotionally weak in today's time. Can't handle nothing excruciating. Can't handle nothing that causes them to feel it. Some people are afraid to feel it. Some people will rather do it but don't feel it. There's a lot of people out here who are doing but not feeling. They're just doing shit. Don't be like those type of people. You just gonna be doing shit and you're not feeling it, and then it come up to you later down the line in your consequences. That's why you got people that crash out. People that crash out, they do it and they don't think about it because they're not feeling it. But I bet you anybody that was, let's say you was about to watch somebody crash out, and they thought about what they was about to do before they crashed out, and they felt what they was about to do before they crashed out. You think that person is still finna crash out? No, they're not. People make choices based off of what they're doing, not what they're feeling, and they don't realize that they're not feeling, they're doing. There's a difference between doing and feeling. Do you know the difference? We almost about to come to 20 minutes for this, and I'm going to get ready to end this soon. And I'm going to upload this on YouTube too. Check out Planet Z. Seriously though, it's people out here who are just doing but not feeling. So I want y'all to think about how you are doing but you're not feeling. And I want you to learn how to feel more. What are some ways you can practice feeling more? What are some ways you can try to meet yourself for where you are without any negotiation, without any contradiction? Just do it. Just meet your needs and see how it feels. People meeting their needs, and people are not meeting their needs because they're doing shit but not feeling it. Oh, I'm going to work. I ain't feeling it though. Not feeling productive, not feeling satisfied with life, not feeling what life is really all about. Life is also feeling. Life is not just about doing, it's about feeling. You want to know why a person might go through hell and back with you? It's because they feel something with you. Most people don't feel nothing with nobody. And it's a sad reality, but it is the way it is, And if you can get yourself out of that rut where you can balance out your masculine and feminine, a lot of that goes back to the masculine and feminine. You need to figure out where you are hurt at. A lot of y'all be doing but don't feel. You ever wonder why somebody stayed to the end of the outcome to see the final result? If you got a person that's been around you and basically they watched you go from where you was at to a little boy or a little girl to where you at now, those type of people in people's life, it don't take a regular person to do that. You have to be emotionally strong, not weak. You have to be able to allow this person to grow and develop without any expectation of how you want them to come out. I'm a prime example. I've been with a person where I wasn't expecting them to come out a certain way. I knew that they was on a certain path, but I didn't try to change. I didn't try to tell them they was bad. I let them feel it out. Sometimes you got to let people feel themselves out. Sometimes you got to let things feel out first before you take an action. You got to feel it out before you take the action, because if you take the action without feeling it out, you would just be making decisions without including your emotions. And being logic all the time ain't good neither. And it's a lot of women out here nowadays who are not emotional. They're not feeling. There's a lot of women out here who will put on pants because they're not feeling. It's a lot of guys out here. And then you got guys out here who are feeling too much. You're feeling too much. You got guys out here who are feeling a little bit way too much. They in their feelings a little bit way too much. Same thing with women who are not in their feelings and not in their emotions. There's guys who are too much in their feelings and are too much in their emotions. We're going towards a time where we're just going to have guys who be really, really feminine. This is what it is now. We can't change it. Too many single households, too many guys not being raised correctly, too many guys not being taught how to feel correctly, how to process correctly. So I ain't gonna lie, if you a female or if you a dude and you gotta get with the worst of the worst person, that may be all you got available. You're gonna have to put your pride to the side. There's some people that's gonna have to put their pride to the side, and they're gonna have to accept that this is what's in store. You got to think about what's in store for you. What's in store for you is what's meant for you. Whoever you meet at a certain time is who you're meant to meet. Whoever you talk to at a certain time is who you're meant to talk to. Some people got to put their pride to the side and they got to take less because they didn't know how to appreciate or value more. Some people don't know how to value more, so they have to take less. That's all they can afford. All they can afford is taking less because they don't know how to value more. If you put yourself in a position where you was of value to somebody, you probably would understand. You can be of value to a job, and they'll give you more hours. So sometimes more is less, because when you give a person more, they reject. This is from my experience. I've gave people more, and I've gotten less. So what do? You give them more, you give them less. Hey, bro, you with this female and you giving her more. You buying her gifts. You buying her flowers. That's all physical. There's guys out here who thinks buying females stuff is more. They should get more out of that. There's guys out here who understands that loving a woman, you will get more out of her if you love on her emotionally. If you love on a woman emotionally, you will get more out of her than you ever will buying her stuff, buying her flowers, buying her food. This is not even just about a female. This is go for anybody. If you ever want to get more out of somebody, you figure out how to love them emotionally. Once you do that, you good. Once you figure out how to get more out of a person emotionally, you can then get more of the physical things. Because if you think about it, It takes emotions to do something for somebody. Emotions don't go nowhere. If you want to buy somebody a gift, it's going to take emotions to do that, because you got to feel some way first. You got to feel like, damn, they'll love this, huh? You got to feel like they'll appreciate this. You got to feel like they'll value that. And if you feel like they're not going to value it, are you going to buy it for them? No, you're not. So the best thing you can do is to figure out how to be there for somebody emotionally. I've been there for people emotionally just to get shitted on in return. I've been there for people emotionally, and at a young age, I was taught how to be there for somebody emotionally. I was given this skill, and I did not get my investments on return. I did not get my net profit return investment. You might be with this dude, and you with him, and you feel like you ain't getting nothing in return. Then yeah, you got to get up out of there. Either you need to get up out of there, or you need to stop doing what you're doing. If you want to feel like you want to get more appreciated or more valued, don't do what you're doing, because it's not working. If you're with a female, my bro, and you trying to get her to be more sexy with you, you notice how she'll get dolled up for for social media. She'll go out of her way and try to take a picture. There's females we live in the times where females out here will get dolled up for the internet, for social media. So if you want this female to get more cute for you, or you want her to, to cater towards your needs more, then you're going to have to figure out what she need emotionally, bro. You're going to have to figure out how to meet her emotional needs, so that people do what they feel like doing. So if you can kiss their emotions to an extent, they're going to most likely do what you want them to do, because you're meeting their needs. If you can meet their needs, they're more likely to meet your needs. Anybody that is willing to meet another person's need is only because you have to be willing to meet their needs. And some people are afraid to do that. Some people are afraid to put themselves out there first. They want to see what the other person going to do. From my personal experience, I'm tired of being a person that want to see what other people want to do. Like I'm tired of putting myself out there to see what other people are going to do emotionally. Being vulnerable with a person is going to take some uncertainty. Being vulnerable, forget a person. Do you know how to be vulnerable with yourself? Do you know how to love on yourself? Do you know ways to make you happy, to bring you joy? When life is throwing curveballs your way, some of y'all need to decenter yourselves around women. Some of y'all need to decenter yourselves around men. A lot of y'all be having y'all concept tied into men and tied into women, and you think it fits your image. This all goes to self-image. Who you think you are as a person is exactly what you're going to attract. You think you're less than, you're going to attract a person who's less than. You think you're going to attract somebody who's going to be arrogant just like you. People really are mirrors and reflections. You don't have to date a person to get mirrored or reflected neither. Ain't nobody safe. You don't have to have a lot of money to not get mirrored or reflected. You can have money and people are still going to mirror you. And that's emotions. Everybody deals with it. Everybody. You can have the most money. You're still going to have to deal with somebody else's emotions and get mirrored or reflected by them. Or if you are not dealing with them, they're still going to have to deal with you and your emotions, and they're still going to have to mirror you and reflect you. It's not one person that's not going to be able to mirror somebody and reflect them. A baby can reflect you and mirror you. So if you have any type of tendencies of an expectation that you see fit in your head and your perception in your mind, even with jobs, you gotta pick yourself over jobs sometimes. Unfortunately, my experiences, I had to pick myself through a job, because the job want to test my integrity. The job want to try to dangle something in my head. Sometimes you're going to have to love on yourself and meet your emotional needs to the point where you're going to have to, it's going to cost you your job. Sometimes loving on yourself is going to cost you your job, because the job may be corrupt. People are corrupt. Jobs are corrupt. Things are corrupt in life. So the best thing you could do is try to make yourself happy and try to move forward the best way you can, at least. All you can keep is your integrity. Can't nobody really take that from you. So whoever you are, you're gonna have to sleep in the bed with. You're gonna have to make your bed and sleep in it. So I hope y'all got anything out of this message and any gem out of this message. I know I said I was gonna do 20 minutes, but it ended up being 30. I'm gonna save this video too, so that way I can upload it to YouTube. Also, y'all check out my music. Osama K 0SAMA, the letter K on SoundCloud. And with that being said, man, y'all have a good one.